This week's guided message: you are abundant. Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. I am Nicole. As you know, this channel is with Love Cole. Cole is my nickname, and I am just finally happy to be back recording messages. I have been going through my own personal transformation, and I feel like because of it, also, I'm recording on my patio because I just got to be comfortable when I record. I did do a video about needing to just find a better way to stay in touch and be connected on YouTube and do it in a way that I'm comfortable. And even if it's not perfect, needing to just put it out because I do battle with imposter syndrome. So that is why no matter what's going on, how loud it is, the sound may not be great, I'm just gonna still make videos. And as I get more comfortable doing it, I know that I will elevate that experience. But right now, I just gotta do it in a way that I can feel comfortable connecting to you guys. So because of my shyness, and also just being so busy with all the other things I was dealing with life, I had taken some time away, so I created an update video speaking on that. And what this video will be about today is a guided message, really just coming from I decided my guided messages might not just be polls, but it could also be just me sharing an experience or a message I pulled for myself because I feel like it might resonate with you guys. So I'm just going to share different things that resonate in my life, whether it is me feeling like I want to do a full oracle reading, or if it is me just feeling like I want to tap or pull onto a certain point. So for today, what message I really wanted to share was from the Earth Warriors Oracle deck, and I already had pulled this card for myself. Ooh, look at the universe being affirming me. Anytime, like sometimes when I'm doing something and like the wind starts to blow really hard, as it is now, I take it as a sign of like, yes. It's like the nature, everything around me is also affirming what I'm doing. So the Earth Warriors Oracle Guidebook is by Lana Fairchild, and I will actually put it in the down below in the description for this video. But what her guide is amazing because it's for people who are here to really be part of like the rising of the consciousness of the world that we live in. And as you know, if you're watching this video, you are someone who is drawn to light work, energy healing, crystals. You might also be on a food and wellness journey, and that's why you have been interested in like learning, how can I be better, how can I develop myself? Well, that's what this oracle guide is for. It's for people who are on that path. So I really connected to the cards when I had pulled them, I had pulled them with someone else, and then when I had that connection with them, I was like, wow, these cards are very poignant. That message was so for me, it resonated very well. So I decided to buy the deck, and every time I pull a card, it's spot on, like and I will say that when you are working with divination tools, oracle cards for guidance, be mindful of like what decks you get and make sure it's a deck that you feel like you resonate with. Sometimes you can buy decks and notice, I never picked this deck up. There's a reason. You just don't connect with it. Or maybe it's not for that period of time and you will connect with it in the future. So keep all that in mind. And keeping all that in mind, that I had still chosen to work with the Earth Warriors Oracle deck. So the card that I had pulled recently for myself was card number 20. Do you see here? And sometimes you'll notice I'll make a face because it's like frustrating to talk through. It's like harder for my mouth to talk through Invisalign. But again, you gotta just push through it because I gotta wear this for 27 more weeks. And the more I wear it, the quicker my teeth change. So I'd rather talk through it and push through it than take it out when I have to do videos, and then it hurts 1,000 times more when I put them back in. And I will, honestly, as much as I talk about Invisalign in all these other videos, I need to do a video on Invisalign as well. But the card Chaska came up for me, which I love so much because it's like just a woman. It gives me like goddess, sacred woman energy, very in tune, connected, like not focused on the outer world, but focused on her inner world. And sometimes I feel like I struggle with that when I'm like busy and stressed. So when this card came up, I was like, ooh, okay. From looking at it, I was just like, I already got so many messages. And then reading about it. So this is the message I want to share with you guys. Chaska, Star of Venus, supports an inner shift to higher consciousness. Whether or not you consider yourself to be financially skillful, part of your sacred power and purpose includes the healing of economic and financial matters in your own life and the world. You are meant to experience abundance, creating and sharing prosperity from a place of inner spiritual security. A healing liberation from poverty consciousness allows the universe to work through you more easily, without the obstruction of negative conditioning. Whoa. Like, when I think about the fact that I was putting off YouTube, the fact that I was like, I gotta do this, I need to get into this market, I need my apothecary to make this much, and I need this many jars to sell. I felt like that scarcity, that was really coming from anxiety about my finances, which was really coming from still being conditioned by the world and by scarcity mindset. Like, I grew up not in the, like, I didn't grow up wealthy, I'll put it that way. I didn't grow up necessarily poor, but I didn't grow up having or being able to get certain things, which is why, like, even now I'm getting braces at almost 30. I grew up with a single mom who wasn't able to provide certain things and was able to only do the best that she could. And with that, I still was abundant, but many times I wasn't able to see it. And then the weather is so interesting today. It like goes from super sunny to super gloomy. I think it's like that period of like spring, that transition of like, again, coming out of like, you know, your cocoon. And sometimes that is stepping into a higher level of consciousness, or sometimes it's moving away from lack, and that lack could be lack of structure. So for me, and I keep pulling my top up because it feels like it keeps sliding down. Lack of structure for me has felt like not having stability in my work life. So having to create that for myself requires me being, you know, serious, me being disciplined, and me, yes, having money in mind, but also having balance when it comes to how I deal with money and how I handle money, because money is not evil. So if we view it as like this evil thing, we also can't manifest it, and we can't like attract it, because we're basically like saying we don't like it, we dispel it, or we just don't have a plan for if we have it. So I'm trying to move into a different headspace, and when I pulled that card, it was like, okay, I'm finally in a space of being okay and knowing that like I can accomplish the things I want, and I don't necessarily have to worry about money. Like if I focus on doing good, if I focus on being a good person, it will come. Inner reading. Financial healing is indicated. Let go of fear and trust unconditionally that the universe is supporting you. What brings you a sense of joy, peace, and passionate devotion? Focus on that. Believe in your ability to thrive by being and expressing your authentic self. Notice how you relax into flow and more easily attract what you need when you acknowledge that the universe wants you to flourish through being you. Focus on putting your beautiful beliefs out into the world, not into consuming the negativity or fear of others. Again, a lot of times when it comes to financial stability, that comes from conditioning of the world around you. We don't necessarily need the things that we think we need. A lot of times it's shown to us through consumerism and capitalism. So we think we need it, or we think we have to have a certain amount of money to feel like we can survive. And what I'm realizing is you have to have a certain amount of passion and creativity. It was really funny, actually. I took a moment because I was worried about work, and I was like, if you want to be in a place of abundance, then why don't you go and relax for a second and trust that money's going to come to you? Like, just go to the pool and go hang out and know that money's going to come to you. And in fact, it did. I went to the pool. I was talking to one of my neighbors. It's funny because he doesn't call himself wealthy, but he is wealthy. And I asked him, I genuinely was like, how do you get to a place where you can feel comfortable just being at a pool and not being worried about, I gotta get work done, I gotta do this because I need to make money to pay for this or do this or to grow this? And he said, when you stop worrying about money and you focus on being curious and enthusiastic, then, and that was 11/11 when I said that, then you will find money, then success will come. Like, it easily comes. I'm getting a phone call. It will easily come. So hearing him say that and seeing him live it, I truly believe that. And that's why I said, like, I feel like when you are in an abundant space and you get even a nugget of wisdom, that's success, that's money, that's abundance. I had attracted it. So I did attract money at the pool because I attracted a thought that now will stay with me. And I know that when there's a moment I don't want to do something, like create a YouTube video, or when I want to be frustrated because the lighting's not right now and I want it to be brighter because I want to sit on my porch and I don't want to edit this because I know that if I have to edit it, I'm not going to post it. Then, again, ignoring calls to finish this video, then, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And that nugget mattered because it changed the perspective that I had. So that's another thing why I find, again, using my voice, needing to push past discomforts and speak my truth is important, because these nuggets might help somebody else. And me pushing past my moment might help someone become a billionaire, which I hope it does. You know? Let's see. I want to finish reading this. Nothing is beyond the reach of divine assistance. Trust in this and you can fulfill your purpose of being a positive influence in the world. Yes, I am proof that money can come to you in unexpected and expected ways. It can come to you in words of wisdom. It can come to you in a gift. It can come to you in a coupon code. I have gotten blessed in so many ways. It can come to you in a dog. My dog is such a blessing. I love you. He's like staring at me because he wants to play. And he reminds me to be present. So he brings me abundance in that way. He brings me abundance of joy. So like focusing and realizing that abundance looks so different than what we think. It's not money. It's not brand labels. It's happiness. It's contentment with what you have. It's knowing that I feel safe. I feel okay. My core needs are met. I have food. I can breathe. I'm alive. I can smile. I can love someone. Those are the things that are important. And with that, you will naturally attract the money, because the universe is going to be like, wow, this person's amazing. We need more of this. How can we help continue this energy, continue raising this vibration and this frequency in the world? So the spiritual guidance of the card, tongue. 20, actually I have 25 more weeks of Invisalign. The Oracle of Chashka is the Oracle of Venus, the morning and the evening star. Also, I wear a star, 2-star tarot rings. If I ever, my ADD will not let me finish this, but I feel like all these things matter. See, My rings. Okay. So I'm very much attached to the star. So again, pulling this card, I felt was very much in alignment with me. So if you resonate with the star, if you feel a connection to the star, if you felt like you are meant to have a big influence or global impact, I would say keep stars around. Like, it's a reminder of like a star is seen throughout the world. Like, you are meant to be seen and heard throughout the world. The oracle guides you to give up false shame of not having enough or guilt of having too much, because that also is a lack mindset. Being guilty when you do have, like, sometimes I felt bad during the pandemic because I'm like, oh, I am doing things, like, should I feel bad? Should I not share the good that I have? No, share the good that you have, because it begets more good. Don't ever feel like you should limit your gifts or not speak about the good that you have, because you have to block, you have to make yourself small so someone else feels good. No, we're not doing that. Not in 2021. Your true worth is a matter of soul and has nothing to do with material things. As you relax and acknowledge the love that the universe has for you, your material reality will unfold with grace and divine support. Place your sense of security not in the amount of money you have, but in the unconditional love and endless generosity that the universe wishes to share with you. Trust that the universe will provide you with all you need to fully live your life. When you are given something, accept it and consult your own heart for how you might share that resource with wisdom. Yes, being a good steward of your money is also important. So sharing your resources with wisdom is just as important as having resources. I had to realize I was giving a lot to the wrong people, and it was when I pulled back and refocused and rechanneled that energy, I realized I'm still a huge giver. I just give in a different way. I give within my business. I give within the work I do. That's how I give. But because you're a giver, that doesn't mean that people don't need to reciprocate. Reciprocation is just as important, and also you need to give with what you're valued, because you deserve 1717, that's my angel number. You deserve what you give. And I'm gonna leave that there. So place your sense of security not in the amount of money you have, but in the unconditional love and endless generosity that the universe wishes to share with you. Trust that the universe will provide you with all you need to fully live your life. And I know I'm reading that over, but it's important. When you are given something, accept it and consult your own heart for how you might share the resource with wisdom. Give yourself permission to stop making financial matters an issue in your own mind, because anxiety will cripple you. It crippled me for 2 months, which is why I didn't make videos, which is why I'm making videos regardless, Trust that the universe knows what it's doing, and all matters can be resolved according to a loving higher intelligence. Focus on giving of your gifts to the world as generously as you can, whilst opening up to receive fully and fearlessly. As a sacred change maker, you are asked to broaden your definition of currency from pertaining only to money, which I spoke about just a while ago, to include that which has meaning for you at a soul level. This may include integrity, authenticity, relationship, consciousness, community. I will work with a smaller brand because of the person and who that person is and the intention, than working with a bigger brand with ill intention. And I think that is so important. It's not always about the money. I had a big opportunity, which it felt like a big opportunity for me, and I realized, is it a big opportunity for you, or you're just seeing it as an opportunity for status? And when I realized that, I was like, it might be a big opportunity, but it also might be horrible, because I don't really know the person. And once I thought about that, I realized my discernment kicked in, and I was like, it might be best to wait. And nothing's wrong with that. You can kindly say, not at this time, maybe this isn't for me right now, and in time it might be, but you don't have to do everything or jump on everything because of who it might be connected to or the money, because again, the money might be great, the opportunity might be crap. The opportunity might be great, the money might be crap. But the lessons that come, or again, the integrity, the authenticity, the joy you might get is abundance. It is money. It is currency. Okay, let's see what else. Seek and treasure that which cannot be quantified monetarily. Cultivate and share your experiences of true wealth in the best and broadest sense. Some indigenous cultures define this wealth not as how much you accumulate for personal gain, but by how much you are able to give in support of your community. This creation and honoring of soul currency does not mean that you are to be denied money or financial healing. Because yes, people feel like, oh, if I'm a healer, that means I'm going to be broke. No, you do not have to be a broke healer, and I do not feel like that. I feel like, again, you give and you should receive what you give. Because energy should be flowing, it should be reciprocal, but you also don't give with the expectation to receive. Keep that in mind too, because you want to be a joyful giver. Seeing wealth as more than money and refusing to make money an indication of success and the worth of a person is the antidote to the wound of separateness. The wound creates selfishness, ignorance, jealousy, and greed, stealing from community and depriving future generations their rightful inheritance. Remember, we are energy beings, so we want to stay in a certain frequency. Rose oil, fun fact, has one of the highest frequencies in herbs. I think it's like 320 hertz, super high, right? Uncanned foods have a frequency of 0, and processed foods also have a frequency of 0 hertz. So to have, and I mentioned that because when you think of rose, you connect the rose to love, to happiness, to high vibrational feelings, because those are high frequencies. So when we're talking about selfishness, ignorance, jealousy, and greed, you're talking about that canned food, processed food energy. That's what it is. And when you think about it, like processed foods, canned foods, they came from capitalism too. I'm not saying that we can't have those things in certain moments. Again, I would never tell someone eat these things. I do understand we are human and sometimes we have urges, but again, we want to always try to be on a higher frequency. So what I even realized when it came to lack and abundance, I had to think about the quality of food I was eating. Was I eating food knowing that it wasn't that good for me because I felt like I needed it to save money? Or was I eating what I felt like I deserved, which is fresh, healthy, organic foods? And again, when you're eating well, you're moving well, you tend to attract or operate energetically better with others. So abundance comes to you through relationships, through currency, through business. So yeah, this is the conscious economics of bringing people together, not driving them apart. When it is wisely placed within a soulful hierarchy and definition of value, not above it or beyond it, money can be part of a more full and sacred relationship of exchange, not something that creates division. We feel happier, more connected, and at peace. A spirit of hope, optimism, inspiration, and boldness of belief takes hold of our hearts as we begin to fill the malnourished souls on this planet with good spiritual food. We no longer wait for the new world, we become it. Healing process. Place one hand on your heart and say aloud, and I will slow down so we could do this together, so I'll give you a moment to settle in. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Let it out, relax the stomach. And now let's say together, I give thanks for the abundance of grace available for all beings. I open my heart to let go of diminishing beliefs and interpretations of events. I no longer carry fear in my heart. My heart is filled with trust and peace. I give thanks for divine interventions, innovation, and blessing on behalf of all beings in all matters of economics. Great Spirit of love, please guide, assist, and protect each one of us in all worldly matters. There's more to this prayer, but I'm going to leave that there because I think that is so beautiful. But I'm going to end it with saying some affirmations. I am healthy. Let me stop. I'm not going to sing the song. But some affirmations. I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am love. I receive money in expected and unexpected ways. The universe conspires in my favor, and so it is. And with that, I will leave you guys with that affirmation and that thought. So if you are worried about money, if you are worried about what your future may hold, what it might look like, just remember, the birds don't worry if they get fed. They just know that if they look for it, the food will be there. So continue staying focused, doing the work, doing things that make you uncomfortable like I am, because you know it's important and it needs to be done, and you know that in time the blessing will come. So I love you guys. If this message resonates with you, feel free to watch this video and more videos like it on my page. Also, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know the YouTube deal. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. If you like this video, see more of me at With Love Cole.